Wanted to talk about a major mistake that people make all the time that can cost you a lot of money. Hey, it's Don. Today we're going to talk about a big mistake that people shout out to me all the time. Far too many people sell items when they don't have a clue what they are worth, or even in some cases, what they are. Now, rule of thumb, the number one thing I can say when you don't know what something is worth or what it even is don't sell it. There's only very few reasons why you'd want to flip it over if you don't know what it is. Number one reason for that would be that you just have to have that money back, which hopefully it's not in that state, but sometimes you do have to sell something to get the money back out of it right away. Things happen. That would be the only real hard evident reason that I would say that you would flip it without knowing what it is. Now, if I don't know what something is, I sort them in boxes. I got a box for paper items I haven't a clue, metal items, military, all sorts of different things. I've got hundreds of items that are just sitting here until I figure out what they are, how much they are worth. I won't list it if I don't know. I just would never ever recommend doing that personally. Once I have them in those boxes, every month or two, or every 3-4 months when I'm bored sometime, I'll pull one of those boxes out and I'll go and start looking through some of those items and see if I can find them again. Many times there's only limited information that you can find on eBay or on any of the other sites that you are using to track the information, and you'll just need some other person to list that same item with an identification for you. So that's how I determine what they are. Now, sometimes I'll be looking through reference sites and things like that. Now, remember the items in the box, and I'll yank one out, and sure enough, there it is right there in front of me. Now, for those of you who are new at this, it may be even a bigger challenge for you, being that you may not have even sold or seen many of the items that you could run into, especially the vintage items. Until you've had enough of something or seen so many different items, you may not realize what you're even looking at. You may not even see a value in it. Now, many times people will put stuff up and they'll just throw out some price. Let's say they found a little metal attachment to something and they throw out a high price to them of $100, and it sells pretty quickly. Now, to them, $100 on the item that they listed may have sounded crazy, but in actuality, sometimes those type of items could be worth hundreds, even $1,000 or more, but you just don't know it because you haven't a clue what it is. Now, for research material, the web itself is the best source you can find anywhere to research almost anything. No matter what you're looking for, there's postcard sites, there's stamp sites, coin sites, silver sites, gold sites, jewelry sites, toy sites, you name it. There is a site out there for almost anything that you can think of. Many of the sites will give you some pricing information. Like Terapeak is a good source through eBay. It'll give you a year's worth of information to some extent. You can also look back on eBay itself for the last 90 days and see everything that's sold in the past 90 days. Many items may not sell every single year, those odd, intricate items that you just have no clue on, and you may have to wait and let it set for a year or two even in some cases. I have things in my boxes that have been there for a very long time that I just keep replacing back in the box until I figure out what it is. Always set them aside. I mean, that's a key thing here. Now, one thing I could say is a lot of people that I see that are new use WorthPoint. I personally don't use WorthPoint, but from what I see and what everybody tells me, it does seem to be a good plus for most people who are new to a lot of these categories. It gives you roundabout figures and all kinds of other information to go along with that. WorthPoint will cost you, though. I think it's like $23 to $39.99, I think, a month for the charges to get access to all of their services. Just depends on what you're going to use it for. They also have, I think, a library of resources to some extent. Now, again, I don't use it. I haven't had WorthPoint ever. Now, I do pay for some services such as Pop Psych, which is just for music, vinyl records, basically, 78s, shellacs, and things along that line. So there is nothing wrong with paying for a service that will help you identify things. It could gain you you a huge amount in profit if you're finding enough items that you need to use that service for. Now, I do run across a lot of oddball and strange records that I do need to research. And for me, paying for Pop Psych is 100% worth it because it really helps me instantly, quickly figure out prices on things that you just won't find on eBay or anywhere else across the net. There's many sites, though, out there for most anything that I sell. There's a way to track it down. Once you've done this for a while, it gets to be second nature. Now, for those of you who have to quick flip, your number one goal should be to get to a point where you can afford to let something set, or don't sink a lot of money into something to begin with if you don't know what it is or how to price it. I very rarely sink more than a few dollars into something I don't know what it is, and I have no clue on what to price it at when I'm purchasing it. I never ever will throw out more than a couple bucks on something like that. So if there's something I run into and it's more than, say, $1 or $2, chances are I won't buy it if I can't figure out at least some basic information on the item. So don't invest money as well into things you're just not sure on and haven't a clue on. Speculation could cost you money every time you do it. So be sure, know what you're at least looking at. Know at least that it's vintage and is potential. Don't just roll the dice and flip a coin to decide on whether you should buy something or not. And again, don't sell it if you don't know what it is. Set it aside and have an unidentified box where you keep going back to them over time. It's not like you're going to quit doing this business tomorrow or in a couple weeks. You want to do this full time. You're going to have stuff like that all over the place. You're going to have boxes. You're going to have stuff that would be better to sell off at later times of the year as well too. So just take that into consideration, but don't make that mistake of flipping something over just to get the money back until you know what it is worth. That's one of the biggest mistakes that can cost you a lot of money. Now, I've had people tell me they've lost hundreds of dollars because they hadn't a clue on what something was after we were talking about it. I've also had dozens and dozens of people tell me they wished they would have known what that was before they sold it. Again, that's just not something you want to come back after the fact. It's money on the table you could be leaving. If you've got the money, the ability to let it sit there for a while, keep coming back to it until you know what it is. It's the only way to be safe on something is to positively identify it and to positively be able to price it within at least a certain range of pricing. So anyway, that's what I have for you today. Hopefully that gave you some thoughts on this. This is a real issue. It's something that can affect you. But if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified if I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell all your friends.
Stripes. Beechnut fruit stripe is the most deliciousest gum on earth.
Maybe even in the world.
Right.
In the world, Fruit Stripe's got the 5 tastiest flavors in the universe.
Right.
Yipes, Stripes, they're better than Diet.
Right.
And you know what? Fruit Stripe is Super A1 Stupendoramic.
Right.
And I'd like to further remark it's prodigiously sensationalistic.
Right.
Oh, I think it's lots better than Diet.
Right.
Fruit Stripe flavor really hangs on.
Hangs on.
Hangs on.
It's the greatest, by gum.
Right. Except for Beechnut Candy Stripe.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
And Beechnut Cherry
And
Stripe.
Frosty Stripe.
And grape stripe.
Yikes,
Stripes. By Beechnut by gum.
Right.